Okay, we are recording.
Woo, all right. All right, guys, thank you for taking the time out of your evening to join us tonight. Kelly and I are so excited to share with you. This is the first time we've actually put this together because our team culture is so different that using stuff that other people have made just doesn't work for us. So you're going to get a taste tonight of what our team culture is really like and why we are so passionate, not just about being coaches, but about being on this team and what all of this has done for us in all the different areas of our lives. So that being said, just really quick for Beachbody compliance, I do want to let you know that the level of income that people receive from being in Beachbody, it all depends on the amount of effort that is put in. So just so you know that. All right, so we're going to start with introductions. I'm going to start, and then Kelly's going to introduce herself. First of all, I am a mom of 6 kiddos, and I'm married to the love of my life for 16 years. In the last 4 years, I have gone from, and I'm going to tell you more about this in a little bit when we talk about different transformations, but I'm from someone and just felt like I had no sense of purpose to really getting to a point where I'm an author. I'm a coach. I have coaches in my downline and have really honestly seen my whole life change. So I have, real quickly, I have 9 sisters. This is why I love all the ladies on my team. I grew up with 9 sisters, and I'm absolutely excited to get to know you tonight a little bit, but also to share with you what we're so passionate about here. Real quick, if you have questions throughout this, I personally cannot chat until the end because I'm sharing my screen. But feel free to ask questions. Something really clicks with you and you just want to, type in there something that really clicks with you about what we're talking about, go for it. That's what this culture is all about. So, anyway, Kelly.
Yes.
Did you mute yourself?
Am I muted? No. Okay, good. Can you switch the slide?
I did.
Oh, it's not showing on my screen.
Oh, no.
Okay, now it is. All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Kelly Brown. I, too, am a mom of 6. I have been married to my husband, Courtney, for 13 years, and this little slide shows our little tribe here. I started my coaching journey about 3 years ago in July. I also am a blogger and just have found through this whole opportunity, which Michelle said we'll share more throughout the presentation, but I found myself and I've been able to learn how to express my desire and my passion. Growing up in a home where I didn't have a lot of siblings close to age, I found family through coaching, and just it's been an amazing opportunity that's helped me grow and just learn how to take better care of myself and then help other people. So when it says like hope giver, we were talking tonight about that. Like Michelle is my coach. It was through her sharing her story on social media that inspired me to start to dream outside the box. And through that, it was enabling me to be able to find a passion I didn't even know could be fulfilled through this whole coaching opportunity. It's been a blessing to be a part of a team, to be able to reach out to people, to be able to have a community, a family. It's just something beyond a price tag. And so tonight, I'm just really excited to have you all here and be able to share the different ways it's impacted us and the different ways that the women on our team and the men on our team are growing and reaching out and changing the lives of others through this opportunity.
Yeah, and Kelly is, even though she is my coach, like I signed her up, she's my coach, we're also accountability partners. We become extremely close friends, and we've gone through so much growth in the last 4 years, so many tears shed, from really learning how to communicate and how to grow in so many ways. I'm super excited to be able to present with you tonight, why we're so passionate and why our faces light up, when we talk about it. So, Kelly, that's you. That's your slide. Can you see it?
Oh, yes. So one of the things that you will find a lot of times, there are lots of different business opportunities out there. It's a blessing nowadays with how many direct sales and multi-level marketing companies that exist for people, like especially moms who want to be home with their families. What I love that's unique about Beachbody is our CEO said it last year at our summit, which we're about to go to next week in Nashville. He said, we're not a multi-level marketing company. We're a multi-level helping company. And through helping others, what's amazing is the transformations you see in the before and afters and the big Beachbody competition every year. Yes, it's amazing to see people losing 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 25 pounds, like going from completely unhealthy and depressed to having purpose and finding life. But that having purpose and finding life is the greater transformation. What you will discover as a part of our team is marriage is strengthened. Mothers finding joy in motherhood, friendships being grown, like Michelle talked about it. For myself, and I was a very insecure ball of nerves when I first started coaching. And through our friendship, it's been a safe place to grow. It's been a safe place to stretch myself and grow in confidence so that I can help the people that I'm called to help. So the transformations that we will share tonight as we go through the next couple of slides show you that this is more than just an opportunity to make money. Yes, that exists and you can do much with that, but it's more even the depth that this opportunity can offer to you. And so as you're going through this tonight, I just want to pose that question and ask yourself, if you could do anything without failing, what would it be? Like Michelle talked about, like on her slide, she's written a book, she's run for a pageant. For me, I'm embracing a life with 6 kids. I'm starting to blog again and I have dreams to pursue. And this has been a vehicle for that.
So those sharing with you. So the real question we have here is why this lifestyle and why are we so passionate about Beachbody? And honestly, it all comes back to why. What is that one thing that's going to drive us? And there's several different areas in life that is, and one of them is to be the example. If you're a mom, you have kids that are watching. If you're a teacher, you have kids that are watching. If you're an employer or a manager, you have employees that are looking to you for the example. And sometimes we don't know that. We don't see that until we start making changes. And down the road, people will be like, oh my gosh, I've been watching you. You're so inspiring. And you're like, oh, really? Like, how did that stuff happen? And that's one of the big things is knowing that we are creating that example and we're creating a new legacy for those who are watching us. The second one is, guys, you know what? At least for me, I'm only 40 this year. So 30, 40 years down the line, another 40 years, it's going to be tough. I want to spend my golden years doing what this couple right here is doing. Running and having fun, not doing what my mother has done, and that has been in the hospital multiple times with heart surgeries or with heart stents put in and diabetes and us being worried. New legacy, and also leaving that for our kids, teaching them how to be healthy and also not giving them that worry later. That's something's going to happen, or the people in our lives who love us. So I'm going to share real quick my own physical transformation. When I started this journey back in 2012, I had 5 kids. And believe you can and you will. That's my first, one of my first transformations. The one picture there on the one side is with me. That's the biggest that I had been. And I, between that and the years until I started doing Beachbody, and I really struggled with an eating disorder. And when I started doing Beachbody, I was at that point where I was like, I was tired of trying diets and failing. I hated the way I looked. I was constantly speaking words of hate to myself in the mirror. You're not good enough. You're ugly. I'd go out with my husband. I'd try on a million different outfits. None of them looked good enough. I'd go out. People were wondering how he got me, how I got him, when I really wanted people to wonder how he got me. That just not just that concept of feeling like $1 million. And I didn't have any of that. So when I started doing the Beachbody programs, it was my last desperate attempt to do something. And it was a huge thing for us. So I got a transformation. First started in the body. And within 90 days, I looked pretty close to what I looked like at the bottom of the picture on the right. And it was through following the program. I still had an eating disorder. It took about 6 months to crack that. Little wins along the way. That's why we're so big in our challenge. If you fall down, if you fail, it's normal. Failure is a part of the process because there's a ton of failure. But the big thing is getting back up and having a soft place to land. So when I had my baby last October, you see these pictures of baby number 5 and baby number 6. I weighed the exact same amount. Can you believe it? I weighed the exact same amount. I had gained 40 pounds in each of those pictures. It was at the exact same time of my pregnancy. But between being healthy and being completely unhealthy and unhappy. I mean, even looking at my hair. And that's why I'm so passionate about these products. And then at postpartum, post-baby, it took me 6 months to go from baby to the final picture that you see there. So that's my physical transformation. Kelly, you want to share yours?
Sure. Can you guys hear me okay too? Because I'm using these earbuds and I just want to make sure that it's coming through. Because someone chatted. Okay, cool. So it's interesting because Michelle talked about how she shared her journey after baby number 5. And that is about the time that I started to follow her on social media. We met at a reunion at a college. And she had 5 kids, and then I had my 5th kid and started to follow her example because I was running at the time and trying to get back in shape, but really struggling with feeling secure and just getting my pre-pregnancy body back. So I reached out to her. My husband and I actually purchased the program Insanity off an infomercial. We decided to do the program. It was extremely hard, in a good way, challenging, but I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted, which now when I look back, it was because of the lens I was looking through. I don't even know what the change was. I wouldn't take pictures of myself because that's just how much I struggled with self-esteem. I didn't like pictures of myself. I don't have before pictures because there weren't any. I didn't want to be in them. Which is sad, you know. So when I reached out to Michelle, she shared with me about challenge groups and Shakeology. And of course, my answer was no, because I was insecure and nervous and wasn't sure what that was all about. But I kept following her and she was doing something different and it was working for her. So finally, in the spring of that year, so 3 years ago in May, I reached out to her and I tried a 10-day challenge. And what I found was that missing piece, that community and that support that was in that challenge group blew me away. Like I was excited to exercise. I was still doing the running. I incorporated Shakeology. I lost like 6 pounds in 10 days of just bloat. But really what I lost was this insecurity started to shed from me because I felt people on a common mission. So after starting coaching for a year, I became pregnant with my number 6. So the picture there was taken actually a leadership retreat we got to go to in Palm Springs early in my pregnancy. I was like 16 weeks. And through that pregnancy, it was hard. I had a lot of different issues where I was limited in my exercise, but I was able to eat very clean and healthy and had that accountability even in my pregnancy. So the photo in front of you is postpartum and just over the year, what I've been able to do through several programs. But the difference for me that was even greater than like I lost, over 30 pounds and inches and all of that, which is, I'm still really bad at keeping track of that stuff. I know I should probably do a better job of it. But what's amazed me through this transformation is I've even come to a greater appreciation of my body, seeing it more as a gift to be treated with respect and being that example to my children. I have been able to conquer emotional eating binges. I used to have horrible like nighttime freezer raids of dark chocolate chip ice cream and whatever else I could get my hands on. If there was a pan of brownies, I was in trouble, And so through this, that transformation in my heart really started to happen, which is what created that passion in me to want to reach out to other people.
So, honestly, it's so funny because if you would have asked me when Kelly signed up for that first 10-day challenge, if I thought that she'd ever be a coach and if she'd ever build a business, I would have said, no, she doesn't breaks. That's exactly what I would have said. And boy, I didn't say that because I'd be eating my words right now. Yeah, she went 2-star qualifying. It's a huge, huge, huge thing for her. So yes, I'm very happy that Kelly joined me on that on many levels. So anyway, the next transformation that we want to chat about is our financial transformation. This one, it is a little bit of a hard one for me because my husband and I are in a different situation. I actually am pretty successful with Beachbody, but most of my money is going off pay bills. And we're able to put my kids into a private school, which is huge to be able to have them, because I was homeschooling them before and I was going to go crazy. And in the middle school here, I really wanted to have them in a private school, and that ended up working out. We ended up having the funds to be able to do that. And on top of that, I was able to financially support myself to be able to participate in the Mrs. Virginia pageant this last spring, which was a mission more for my book and for being able to publish my book, which again is another thing we were able to finance, is getting the book published and getting the first copies because of this business. Without this business, we would be in a real hot mess. So it's been, I gave up a job in the corporate world to stay home with 6 kids. And that was with one kid when I first gave up. And that was hard. I was in IT. I was a Linux admin. I was making good money, great benefits. And to give that up was hard. So to be able to have something where I can contribute without doing the consulting work that I had done, I would work hours and hours and hours. And I wouldn't even, by the time I was done putting all the hours in, I wasn't even making minimum wage. And now I'm doing this, I'm doing way better than that, and I'm doing something I love every single day and helping my husband and my family, which is huge. Kelly?
Yes, definitely. So one of the things that we have discovered, so my husband is involved in, he's always worked for nonprofits or administrator in the private schools teaching. And as our family grew, we lived in Louisiana for a while, and we actually had to have several jobs just to make it. Like I was working 3 jobs, he was working 3 jobs at one point, which is what led us to move to Ohio. And when we moved to Ohio, things were good, but it was one of those things where we never had, and I almost felt guilty about the extra things. Like we missed weddings because we couldn't afford to go. We didn't go see family as much because it was too expensive. We never took a family vacation. If there were medical things that came up, we were always going into debt. So through Beachbody, I've been able to grow an income that helps our family in so many ways. We've gone on family vacations every summer for the last 3 years, which has been amazing. I help pay for our groceries because we try very hard to eat clean and not even on a budget, but there are things that we're able to have. We participate in the CSA and different things around here. My mom this past year, I've been able to go visit her more often because she can't travel as much, which is huge. That's the picture of my mother and I got to surprise her this past summer. It was really awesome. And one of my children, actually 2 of my sons, but my 6-year-old, he has some special learning needs, and the causes for tutoring and all of these things that he needs, you want to provide for your kids. And I remember years ago with my other son when he needed them, like crying over not being able to afford them. And now through this business, I'm able to help pay for, well, actually just pay for it. I pay for his tutoring, his speech therapy, his evaluations and everything, and paying debt down, our student loans. It's just loosened the noose around us of having tight finances, and taught us how to be better stewards with our money just because of the community that we are a part of as well. So this business has been a tremendous financial blessing for us. I mean, it's definitely something that I'm very thankful for, that I can do from home on my own schedule so that I can still be present for all of these important things.
The next transformation we want to talk about is our life transformations. And that is really going from being a stay-at-home mom, where I did have purpose in my kids. Like I will always have purpose in my kids and my family. But it's not the same as going to college, getting a degree, and then not using it. And knowing that you want to do something more and feeling like something's wrong with you for wanting to do something more. And that's where I was. I felt like something was wrong with me for wanting to have a job, for wanting to be able to participate or give something to the world, all in confidence. And not just in having the ability, we're running a team that has 200 coaches in the downline, but gain confidence in the fact that I am enough. You know, the reason I wrote the book, Let Go of the Fear, is because when I started this business, I was very afraid. I was terrified of sending out an invite. I was terrified of rejection. I was afraid of people laughing at me. I was afraid of people judging me. I had all of these fears. And the one thing a lot of things that I've learned, but one thing is to live fearlessly, to not say, I love this message, to not allow fear to stop us from going after those things that we want and going after our dreams, and that it's okay to dream. You know, it's okay to have 6 kids and a husband and to dream. It's not okay to neglect them. It's not okay to not take care of them and let them know that they are special and they are important and they are loved. But it is okay to dream. It is okay to have your house a little bit messy if it means that everybody's happy, including mom. So now I've got this amazing team. I've gone on retreats and really just, oh my gosh, they're like family to me. They are. Like I said, I have 9 sisters. These women that you see in that Built a Tribe picture, these are all women on my team. And they hold a place in my heart. Care 100%. Am I perfect? No, but we care. And having that, going from a person who was terrified to make friends because I had all these walls and I'd been hurt so many times, to know that I have a safe place to land and there are these amazing women that are there to lift me up when I need it. It's fantastic. I've been able to take my kids and really just take leadership. We went out and helped with an organization called The Mission Continues that deploys veterans out in the community. I took my girls and we were able, because of the exercise and stuff we've been doing, to help tear down some dead ones and dig in the inner city of DC. And that's something I never would have had the confidence or the thought to do before. I'm a part of the DC Council for Beachbody. I'm part of the leadership there. And having that has just really built up my confidence. My marriage is, my gosh, we were struggling. But when we start to take care of our bodies and we start to take care of that, but also to do those things that help us to feel fulfilled and help us to kind of putting the mask on our own face, it changes everything. And right now I'm more in love with my husband and he is more in love with me than we have ever been. I just cannot imagine what it's going to, like they say, your love gets deeper with time. And I'm like, I don't even know how that's possible. And then I wrote a book. I changed my mindset. I was stuck in the me world. I had all these conversations going on in my head. I was terrified of the opinions of others. And I've come to a point where I'm not. I will be sad if you don't like me. My feelings will be hurt. But I will get over it fairly quickly because I know that I'm enough. And this is like the bigger picture. This is the crazy stuff that you think. When I joined Beachbody, I thought I'm finally going to be cool. Yay. I was homeschooled as, I was one of those socially struggling, that big of a deal. So for years, I was like, I'm finally going to be cool. And then I went to my first summit conference and I go to this training with all these women, and all these women get up and tell their stories and everyone's crying and none of them are bodybuilders. And I'm like bawling my eyes out and I'm like, you tricked me. I thought that I was tricked into coming to that because I was hurting because of the wounds that were opening that had to heal, but it was amazing. So that's like, for me, my whole life has changed. And again, that's why I'm so passionate about this. And I'm so excited that you joined us. So Kelly, your turn.
The amazing part about this is the fact that you're here tonight and have been invited to be a part of this call just shows that your coach or whoever, your friend who asked you to be here, they want to share this with you. When Michelle shares with you her passion and the things that she's healed from, it's a common thread in many ways in our team. My life transformation, on this page, it's hard to capture it all. Just to piggyback on what she said, being blessed with the women on my team, most of them I never knew before this opportunity. Some are friends that I've reconnected with that have come on board and it's been amazing, but most of them have been women whose stories have changed my life forever. Their confidence, their growth, their families, their marriages, the ways that they're striving to be better about themselves and it just is, to be a part of that is so inspiring. For me personally, in my transformation, I found comfort in my skin for the first time in my entire life. To be honest, at the age of, well, I'm 37 now, so 34, I never was comfortable. This past year, I put on a pair of shorts for the first time ever and left the house and actually felt happy in them. And that's sad that it took this long for me to feel that way. But the beauty is I see my two daughters and they have the freedom because their mom has that freedom. And I'm willing to do anything to share that with someone else, in a sense that I will not let my nerves hold someone else's future captive in my mouth. I have found my passion in helping others. When I studied in college, I was a theology and philosophy major. I love to read. I love to learn. I wanted to get my doctorate and I wanted to teach in the university. God had other plans. I had children, had a family. I was still getting my master's. I had to take a break from that and stay home. My passion in teaching in colleges was I wanted to teach women about feminism, like authentic, true, what it meant to be a woman. And now through Beachbody, I'm able to help women embrace what it really means to be a woman, and in loving themselves and letting themselves be loved by their husband and receiving that gift and then embracing motherhood or whatever their call is right now in their life. So that has been huge. My marriage, through this opportunity and the mentorship that I've received, the retreats we've gone on, the speakers we've heard, has been strengthened. We don't just have a good marriage anymore. And it's not perfect. It's stressful some days, but we're constantly striving for better because we deserve it and our children deserve it. I've learned to fall in love with being a mom. I was a very insecure mom. I weighed all of my failures all the time, but because of personal development, I've learned to let go of failures. And then when I fall back in that pit, I have the accountability around me to help. Michelle has been a huge blessing to me. That's why I have her here. Like, she's my coach. She's one of my best friends. She's like a sister to me. She has been a huge piece of my transformation of the heart. And the beauty of this that I just want to share with you is, it's that multi-level helping. It's a business that, yes, our bodies, okay, are made to move and to work and to be cared for. But that our soul, our being, like who we are, not to get all philosophical for a second, but it desires to be in community. This business opportunity provides both. And through that, we have spiritual groups our coaches are a part of. We read books together. We have retreats. Like, we're constantly striving to grow and add positivity to the world. And that to me is been a tremendous blessing in my life. It has, I've been involved in ministry ever since my husband and I graduated from college, doing retreats and talks. We were always pouring out, but then we became an empty cup. And through this opportunity, what it's provided is a source of filling me back up, bringing me closer in my faith and in my family and in my community, and even here in the community that we're a part of in Ohio. So it's been a tremendous blessing for us on so many levels.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're going to have to speed it up. That we're already at 30 minutes. Hope you guys don't mind if we go a little bit over. This is our first time doing this presentation, but so one of the other things is experiencing new things. Before I joined Beachbody, I don't think I ever did anything on my own. I would have thought that I just wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't even thought about it. And ever since I've joined Beachbody, I've gone on a cruise that I earned. I brought Kelly with me that first year. I was able to bring someone with me, and I went. We had a fantastic time. We went on a leadership retreat where we were able to go out on a bus and go out on a party bus and have fun in a safe environment. It's crazy, but it's not crazy. Like, if you're a fun-loving person, I'm a fun-loving person. I'd love to have fun, but I was able to do that in a safe environment where everyone, is good, and it was just a good time. Then to be mentored by Lindsay Maxwell, we had this amazing opportunity to be mentored. It changed in the past year due to this mentorship. He runs leadership he helps with Chick-fil-A, Delta, some major companies, and he had direct influence on our team. Mm-hmm. To do that, and then to take that to my family and my kids, because there is so much about leadership that is total parenting. I'm telling you right now. And then just being able to go to the coach summit. Oh my gosh, Kelly, I get to give her a big squeeze and see each other next week at Summit. We're going to be doing workouts together. We're going to be getting together with our larger teams, our larger tribes, and really just digging in. It's just so much fun. I love fun, but it's so much and so much, the gushy too. If you like we call Kelly a pearl, but really just if you love the relationships and all that, it has it all, and it's been amazing. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for it to change over, but it didn't change. There we go. A lot of my, experiences have been the same. Traveling, I was able to go on a cruise this past year and bring one of my coaches, that's Sarah with the pineapple. Going to DC, we had a leadership retreat this past year. I got to meet Tony Horton. He's the creator of P90X. He actually, his sister is a part of our network, which is amazing because we've been able to hop on a call with him where he gives motivation and encouragement to us. I took my son on a cruise for his first birthday, which was pretty fun. All my other kids were pretty jealous. The biggest blessing, though, of all of this, too, is that it's something that we're able to do and not sacrifice our family, experiencing new things within the boundaries that we've set. So if a lot of you are looking at all this wondering, well, what do? You must be doing this all day. No, not at all. And so what we're going to kind of share with you as we kind of close things up a little bit is the different ways people coach, the different ways they fit it into their life where it needs to be so that you can see how it could fit for you.
Yeah, and that's and like the best part about all of this is that you have support on our own journey, because and we'll talk a bit about this next, but there's so many different levels of coaching. For some people it's just the community. I would not be fit and healthy if I did not have this community. I can tell you right now. There's a reason that my first original blog was called Diet Breaker Confessions, because guests cheats all the time, and I'm the living example of getting back up. So it's these women that really honestly lift me up and keep me at it. That is honestly the best part of all of this. So there are 3 ways. How can you do this? How can you be part of our tribe? It's our family. It really is a family. So the first 3 different levels. The first one is becoming a coach for the discount. And honestly, all that means is you sign up to be a coach. You don't actually do the coaching. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to do anything. And all together, after you pay the coach fee per month and to get the discount on your Shakeology, you're still saving about $15 a month. So you're saving $15 a month and you become part of our family. You get 25% off all the Beachbody products while you're still working on your own fitness journey. And you just get to enjoy that community and that support that comes with being a coach. Kelly, did you want to add anything to that, or do you want to move on to the next one?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
The second type of coach that we have on our team is kind of what we would call like a hobby coach, somebody who wants to become a coach to help a few people cover the cost of their Shakeology, maybe have some extra money for a date night or other things. But the main thing is working on your fitness journey all along. You slowly learn the business at your own pace. Your sponsor coach walks through it with you. Everything is already set up. There's training and everything that's necessary at your own pace. And you just enjoy the community and the friendships that are in the team, participating in the challenges, helping lead, in a sense of just being an encouraging presence. And that is what a lot of people start out with, is either as a discount coach or this is their goal. And so as we move into the last phase, know that it's not like you check off, I am a discount coach forever. I signed up for the discount. I wanted to save the money on my Shakeology because it was expensive to us at the time because I didn't realize the value in it. Now that I see it, I'm like, oh, wow, it's amazing with how much you are able to get. But, and then there's the final one that Michelle will talk about now.
And honestly, I was a discount coach too. I actually told the person I signed up under, said, never ask me to coach. I'm never going to coach. I'm not a salesperson. And I planned on in Shakeology for the first month and go with a cheaper shake. That was at the onset. You can see where we're at now, but that's exactly where I was at. So the final way you can join is building the dream, the goal being financial freedom, which is possible. Like I have personal friends people that I go from where I'm at to 6 figures in a couple of years. For some of us, it takes longer, when you're writing books and raising 6 kids. And really honestly, depending on where our priorities are at, our dream will build at certain paces. But stay the course, dive into the biz, it is possible. Financial freedom is absolutely possible. So if that's what you're looking for, if your why is to be able to have that be your main job, when you work your way up, then you can actually come in and go gung-ho, dive into the business, actively work towards growing your own tribe by reaching out to help others reach their health and fitness and business goals.
Yes. And
so you can see there's room to grow. You can jump in as a discount coach and move to a different, it just depends on what you want, what your needs are, where you're at. And that's what your coach will be there to help you with. And of course, Kelly and I are always available to help answer questions and stuff too.
one thing that's for certain, when you become a part of the team, our job as your sponsor coach's job is to serve you and your goals and your vision, to help you tap into that vision and discover what it is that you want to do and to guide you. The materials, the things you needed, there's training, there's tracking, there's multiple things we have designed to fit different people's personalities and needs to help them stay on top of the things you need to do. And as a new coach, for example, building a business, you need about an hour a day. That could be done in 30 minutes or 20 minutes, or we call it the mom cracks. But some of you, for people who want to build a little faster, obviously there's more time you can dedicate to it. But I just want to make sure everybody knows that, one of the things that we try to be really good about as a team is balance. So, when you commit to this business, it's really awesome how you can kind of fit it into your life instead of having to design your life around work, which is what a lot of times happens when you work outside of the home.
So this quote, if you want something to have to do to change your life, the morning that I thought so much about what someone else thought about me, it kept me from wanting to get out of bed. It kept me from being present to my kids. I knew something had to change. And that's when I started reading personal development books. And I started really working on changing my mindset and learning how to be a person, how to take control and harness this amazing gift that we have right here. So my question is, do you want something different? And are you ready for something different? Because it's possible. And it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of steps along the way. Some people go faster than others, but it's possible. So if you are, we want to encourage you to connect with the coach that invited you. And we would love to welcome you to we call the Freedom family. I'm Team Fearless and Kelly is Team Freedom. And we do a lot of stuff together. And so a lot of things, we are a family and we'd love to have you on our team. Definitely.
And one of the things too, as we're wrapping things up, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Know this, that, great things happen outside your comfort zone. So one of the things I've learned when I signed up as a coach is I stepped out of my comfort zone and I haven't stopped growing. I've learned to let go of excuses and I've learned to let go of fears and I've learned to embrace a different life. And so when you're discerning this and thinking about it and talking to your coach, think about that. Think about the bigger picture. What could it be? Is this possible? Yes. But what could it be for you? Because this business, just like the slideshows tonight showed how it's helped my life and Michelle's life, and we can tell you multiple stories. You're a unique story and your story matters and people need that story. And so just to consider that when you're thinking about all of this, how you might not be like me or Michelle. That's good. That adds value. That adds value to our team, to our challenges, and to other people's lives. So thank you everybody so much for being a part of our call. It means a lot. You took the time out on this Thursday evening to spend this little bit over a half hour. You can tell we love talking about this stuff.
And I was jingling and like, we need to wrap it up. We're talking too much. But guys, this is what happens when you just love out and you love being together, man. You just don't want to shut up. But, and with that, we'd love for you, if you have any questions, to open it up for questioning. We can go ahead for
recording. I'll stop.